Hey y'all, my name is Briley Casanova and I'm a mental performance coach. I help athletes reach their full potential while working through mental challenges within their sport. For example, I help athletes learn how to perform better under pressure, whether that's learning how to see competition differently with mindset shifts or learning relaxation or energy management techniques. I also help with goal setting, leadership, maintaining focus, and overcoming fear. My goal is to help others find their inner confidence and self-trust, which hopefully leads to further success and joy in their sport. Let's get started with today's episode. So, if you're watching us on video, you know I'm here with a guest and co-host. This is Sara Sasso Toolin.
Hi, y'all.
Yes, so I'm really excited to have her here today because she has a really interesting story. If you've seen us on Instagram Live, you kind of already know a little bit about her, but yeah, I wanted to go a little more in depth and introduce her to you guys and, have her share her story with you because we've been wanting to do this for a long time and I just want you guys to get to know her a little deeper because she's got a lot of interesting background and knowledge within her life. So I guess first question, Sara, catch us up to speed with how you got to here in the United States because you're from Italy.
Yes.
How did you get here? How did, dressage make you a part of who you are? Tell us your life story.
All right. Okay, so my name is Sara. I am going to be 33 years old in about a month. And I ride horses since I am, competing with horses since I'm 8 years old, but I got on my first horse when I was 4.
Oh my gosh.
And I fell in love. But in Italy, I was too young to start getting lessons. So they told me you need to be 8 years old and then you can have lessons. So when I was 8, I ran to the barn close to my hometown and I said, okay, I'm ready, I'm 8. And so I started getting lessons in these big horses and I loved it from the beginning. It was just the beginning of a great passion.
Yeah. And so where in Italy are you from? I think I've heard you say it once, but I don't know where.
I'm from the East Coast.
Okay.
I'm from the East Coast, center east. So
the middle of the boot.
The middle of the boot on the East Coast, on the Adriatic Sea.
Okay.
In front of Croatia. On the other side of the Adriatic Sea, we have Croatia.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why in my hometown, we have a big port. And we have a lot of ferries that goes to Croatia, Greece. So in the summer we have a lot of tourism.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So the East Coast, and I grew up there, and I was there until I was 20 years old. Then when I was 21, I moved to close to Milan.
Okay.
And that was the first time far from home because it was about 5 hours from my house.
Okay.
And so I just started there. I was already teaching and riding when I was in my hometown, but then I decided to make a big step and leave home and just
do it on your own.
Yeah. After leaving college, quitting college, unfortunately, I told my parents I just wanted to following my dreams and just keep going with the horses. And I was like, if in a couple of years nothing happened with horses, I promise I come back and I finish law school and I'll be an attorney.
Okay.
But after a couple of years, I was, already managing a barn of 60 horses and teaching and riding and competing. So it was really good.
Yeah.
And after Milan, then I moved to. I was starting to feel a little tight in Milan, and so I went to the Netherlands and Germany and the Netherlands, and there I found some great trainers, and they taught me a lot, and I decided to. Whenever my trainer, she told me she's an Olympic rider, her and her daughter, both they were Olympic riders. They asked me, "What do you want to do? Do you want to stay here?" And I said, "I want to go to America." And so,
What made you want to go to America specifically?
America always fascinated me a lot. I always loved, when I was in school, I always loved English. I liked every other subject. I was okay in everything else, not great, but in English I was good. And my teacher, she was so happy because my accent. She was like, "Oh my God, your accent! You speak such a good English," and I always loved it. And I watched a lot of MTV when I was younger.
Oh my gosh.
It was the thing closest to, that we were watching some series, some TV series, some reality shows, and I was like, it felt like America, it's the land of opportunities. And if you go to college, while for me it was really hard because in high school, every time I was going to a horse show, they were really mad because they're like, "You're missing school. You're not gonna go anywhere. Right. You need to go to the university. You need to study." So here in America, like if you do a sport, it's actually a good benefit to you.
Yeah, and it's encouraged.
Good. Yeah. And so I was like, America is the land of opportunities, and I think it's the place where I want to be.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to give it a try.
Yeah.
And
that's cool. So when you were in like you said you moved to Milan and then Netherlands and Germany, and that was like all just by yourself. Like I'm assuming you didn't know anyone before you moved?
I did not know anyone. No.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That must have been insane.
It's been it's been great looking back, but it's been tough.
Yeah.
It's been tough. I've been homesick numerous times. I've been crying.
Right.
I felt alone.
Sure.
It's been tough. It's been really, really tough.
Yeah. So what got you through like the homesickness and like the being lonely and like, I mean, I'm assuming, because like I know you had learned English, it seems like from a pretty young age, right? But do they speak English well in the Netherlands and Germany and Milan and like everywhere you've lived?
Yeah, that's definitely the place where I've learned English the most, because basically even when I was in Milan, I was in this barn where there was my trainer. She was from the South Africa, and then there was another trainer from Ireland, and then there were my students were from Germany, and I was close to the international school, and so I had a lot of students from England, Scotland, Germany, Denmark. Everywhere.
All over the place.
Poland, Russia, everywhere.
So, okay, yeah. So continue. You were talking about.
I've learned English because even in this place where I was teaching, I was giving writing lessons, and I had a lot of students from all over Europe. And then when I moved to Germany and the Netherlands, there was also a lot of writers from different parts, Spain and different parts of Europe. So the only way for us to communicate was English. Whenever they were speaking Dutch or German, it was just so hard to understand. But at least we were a lot of foreigners all at the same place, and so we had to speak English. And so yeah, that's why I started to speak English, and I liked it. And yeah.
So you're here now.
And I'm here now. Yeah.
Well, that's great. And so I guess what else I want to know is like, yeah. So throughout all of the challenges you've encountered, I remember you and I talking earlier about like you'd been to the United States like just for like vacation and just traveling with friends and stuff, but like during the challenges, like when you were here officially, like what was it like going through living your life on your own here with like nothing but your dream and I guess only like the horse world to kind of get you through? Like how did you like manage to maintain a positive mindset and not just like give up and like just go home and quit, even though you could?
Yeah. I knew, and all my friends, my friends and my family at home, they were like, just take it as a vacation. You're doing a vacation and just enjoy, and whenever you don't like it anymore, just come back. And I was just like, but that's what everybody does. That's why everybody just, the average people, they just, they don't make it because they want to be comfortable. I don't want to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And this is what I love, the horses. And one thing that always kept me safe, kept me at home, is even far from my family, is that the horse world and the horses all over the world, wherever you go, they're still horses. And it's still my passion, and my passion doesn't have any language.
Right.
It's still the feeling that I have for these animals and for the riding. It's always the same. So I was like, I have to hold on to that and just and you know, just it's normal that I miss my family. It's normal that I miss my friends, my house, my comforts. But I'm lucky enough to have a big passion that even if in a country where I don't speak the language, is still the language of writing is the same.
Yeah.
I just have to get on and do what I know how to do. I don't have to speak the language.
Right. So since being here for a while, well, for the record, how many years have you been in the United States?
So
total.
I arrived for the first time. I was supposed to stay only 3 months to show horses.
Right.
Just so for summer in California.
Okay.
And so I was supposed to stay 3 months. I arrived in June 2012. And after a couple of months, I did some shows that went really good. And so I got a job offer to come to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I arrived in 2013 in Texas.
Wow. So you've been here ever since, so 7 years. Or, well, 8 years total.
7 years 7 in years November.
Here. Okay.
Yeah, November 15th, 2013. That was when I landed in Texas.
Wow, and you remember that?
I remember that, especially because it was the 50th anniversary, I think, of Kennedy's assassination.
Right.
Or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds right.
So
that
I
sounds
remember
right.
that I was at the airport. I was at the hotel at the airport, and on TV, all over the TV, they were, you know, showing all these documentaries. So I remember that really well.
Right. Yeah. So ever since, like, going through all of that, would you ever see yourself going back to Italy knowing what you know now? Like, would you ever go back?
Oh, yeah.
Like, permanently?
I've been thinking about it a lot of times.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. What kind of, like, I guess, what do you miss most other than, like, your family? Like what makes you want to go back, I guess? I'm just curious about that part of your mind and your thought process.
For sure, the lifestyle and the culture.
Different. Yeah,
the
it's definitely different.
Is very different. You know, not you know, my hometown. I never thought, okay, I need to go back even to Europe. Not only Italy itself, but Europe. Go back to Europe because the lifestyle, the culture is really different from the US.
Yeah.
And I did not see this at first. Everybody was, you know, just telling me, Sarah, just be careful, you know, you're just you're fascinated by the US, and you know, but it's just, you know, be careful, you know, because you're getting to something big and it's really hard to get the visa and everything, and it's a total different place. And I was like, no, I just love it, but it's been, at the beginning it was great. I felt like I was in Wonderland. It was amazing, you know. I was just, every day was I felt like I was living in a movie.
Yeah.
You know, and I was just so excited. But then after about a year maybe, I saw the behind the scene. Probably I kind of woke up from my dream.
Yeah.
And
reality.
The reality hit me, and yeah, not only homesick, as I said, it was just, I was missing our habits, you know, our routines, our culture, our, you know,
all of that. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I totally understand.
It's very different from the way we eat to how our relationship with friends and family are based, to how we dress. You know, it's a lot different. You don't think, because you're like, you know, you think there's more difference between the Eastern countries, you know, from Western countries to Eastern countries, more different, but still it's very different. It's very different.
Yeah. So it sounds like when you were still, like, I guess, deciding on when you were going to come here, there were people, like, that said, hey, go do it. Others probably said, no, it's too hard. But, like, once you got here, was there anyone that said, like, you won't make it, or this is impossible? Okay, like, so tell me about that.
Probably nobody ever told me, yeah, go. You know, everybody always told me, that's really hard. Like, my trainers, they were telling me, and like, I remember the father of my best friend, that he's American.
Oh, wow.
And I was asking him, you know, like, and he was telling me, just Sarah, just, you know, just don't even think about it. Or
really?
Just, you know, it's really hard.
This was when you were in Italy?
When I was in Italy,
Okay.
Before 2012. You know, Sarah, it's really hard, extremely hard, so don't even dream about it. Just, you know,
wow.
I don't want you to be, you know, just disappointed. So just focus on something else.
Okay.
You know, like change your dream.
Yeah.
Or some from, you know, my trainers, they were like, Sarah, you know, getting a visa, it's impossible. And or other people that they were like, you know, people that they were not telling me it's impossible, but they were telling me, great, go for it. But I could see in their face, there was like
they knew, it's almost
you're
like
never
they knew
gonna
something
make
you
it,
didn't.
you know, it's a hard thing, but just, yeah, you're believing in it, so we believe with you, but it's just not gonna happen. So so I just got, and probably this pushed me the most, you know, and so I was like, if you tell me that something is impossible, I'm going to prove you that nothing is impossible. There's always a way, always a way to make it happen. You just have to really want it. You need to really want it. You need to really work towards it and put all your energy towards it, and the stuff happen. You need time, you need to be patient, and you need to keep working, you know, towards your goal. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
So knowing what you know now, I guess I'm trying to pick like what age, like I'm curious about, but like, okay, let's just say any time before moving here, like if you were to give your past self advice, or like write a letter to young Sarah, like what would you tell her knowing what you know now? If you can think of anything. I know that's like a really big question, but I'm just curious, like if there's any, like what advice would you give your younger Sarah?
I feel like I had a lot of suffering. It's been really hard.
Really?
So to protect Sarah, I would say just it's not gonna be easy, you know, just tell her in advance, you know, just, you know, it's not gonna be easy, and you know, it's gonna be hard, so prepare. But I will do everything I've done.
You would do
everything
the same way.
I've done since I got to the United States. I had the most hard and painful experiences of my life.
Wow.
But from these experiences, I've learned and I got stronger. And so I would do everything all over again.
And you wouldn't, I'm assuming you wouldn't change anything.
Anything.
You'd keep it the same way. Okay.
Yeah, because, you know, you learn through hard times. You don't learn through good times, easy times. You know, you're comfortable with easy times. But when you have a hard time, and what doesn't kill you make you stronger. That's the thing, the quote that I like. You know?
Okay.
Hard times happens for everybody. And if you, in the hard time, you just want to go back and go in the comfort, you're never going to go forward. But if you have a goal and you pass the hard time, then it's just going to be easy. It's just going to be, not easy, but you're going to be, I was so excited all the time that even in hard times, I liked hard times. At the beginning, it was scary, you know. But then once I realized, because I passed a lot of hard times, I realized after the storm, there's always the sun. So I just have to hang on, and then the sun will come. Every time there was a hard time, I was always like, let's go, bring it on. I was very, like, almost excited and calm, because I knew that the sun was gonna come again. I just had to give it a little time, and that was a learning experience for me. So I embraced the hard times. And that's what made me grow. And I feel like all my friends in Italy and everybody that know me, they told me that I grew up a lot since I'm here, because mainly is being by myself. Being alone, far from my family. I had to count on myself. And that's what everybody should do. Even if you're with your family, even with your, you know, you have your friend close, whenever you have a hard time, you always try to find comfort calling a friend or having somebody close to you. But you should be the one being close to yourself.
Like be your own best friend, right?
Be your own best friend, because that's what really helped me grow and made me stronger.
So I love just everything you said about that. And so I know my question was, that's what you would tell yourself, like your younger self, but let's say if there was another young boy or young girl that came up to you telling you, like, imagine you're in Italy and some young kid came up to you saying, Sarah, like, hey, I want to do what you did. Would you tell them this exact same thing you told me, or would there be anything else you'd want to tell them about going through that?
I would just say, just first of all, have a goal. Have a goal, have a passion. when a lot of people, that all my friends, when I came here and I got the visa and kind of I made it for a lot of people, in front of a lot of people eyes, they asked me, so how did you do, or what do you suggest me? Find a passion. And they tell me, no, I don't have a passion in anything. That's not true. That's laziness to say that. Everybody, we all have a passion. We just have to just listen to ourselves and find what we enjoy doing. And then once you find a passion, once you find something you enjoy doing, then just have a goal that you want to achieve, and then work towards it. And life, it's hard and there's a lot of challenges, but if you do something you love and something you enjoy, those challenges are easier to pass and to go through. So that's my main goal, my main suggestion. Find the passion and give it all.
And follow it.
And then have a goal. I always said I have a lifetime goal that is going to the Olympic Games, and then I have yearly goals, monthly goals, weekly goals, daily goals. You always have to work towards something.
So how do you, I guess, keep track of that? Like, do you write them down somewhere, or is it just always on the top of your mind? Like, how do you stay on track? Like,
well, writing it down, definitely it helps, especially because seeing your handwriting, it makes it more real.
The mind-body connection, for sure. I agree.
And so I mean, of course, the Olympic Games, that is the goal of my life. I have Olympic rings all over my house. I have Italian flags all over my house. But like, usually at the beginning of the year, on January 1st, I usually do a list of things that I want to accomplish during the year. That is not necessarily something that I want to have, or like I want to win a competition, or I want but like this year is, I want to be a better person. I want to learn to listen better. I want to just try to take care more of the people close to me, or like stuff like that. And then the weekly goals, you just keep it in mind, or you write it down. But
I mean, it just seems like you naturally, like, you're just a very goal-oriented person, it seems like. So it's just probably in your nature to be on top of that. But I'm always just curious, because everyone, I think, has a different like system of doing that, or like some people just keep it on their phone, like if that's how that works, or some people like have a dedicated journal, or everyone's different. So I was just curious about like how you went about doing that.
I don't know, I just feel like it makes life more interesting. You have less time to think of useless and stuff, but you're just doing something good to yourself. And like at work, we need to you need to keep track of work, you need to be focused, you need to take care of everything, you need to write down stuff. And so same thing, your life should be, you should be on top of your life. And so have plans, have, stuff that you want to do. So
I mean, and you're in control. I talk about all the time, like, control the controllables, and like, we all have the ability to like design our life, and you have power over it. And so it really seems like you're a good example of that. So
thank you.
I appreciate that about you, and I'm sure the people watching and listening will agree. But I think I'm out of like the main important questions, but I know I made note here, like what like specifically, I guess, disappointed you, like, since being here? Like, what have you learned that's like really truly disappointed you? Because I know it sounds like you've gone through a lot of struggle, but
a lot. People that they're close to me, they know.
Sure. And you don't have to go into any like super detail, but like if there's anything specific you want to talk about, I'd love to hear.
The main thing that I got really disappointed me, that hurted me a lot, is the fact that I give you, wherever I, if you're my friend, or if I'm at work, you're my boss, I give you everything I have. So I'm loyal, and I work hard, and you can trust me, and I like to take care of my friends and my family and my job.
You're dedicated.
And at work, or with friends even, I had some bad experiences because I'm true and I'm honest, and seeing people just faking it and then just stabbing you in the back, it never happened to me.
Yeah. So like betrayal, you were betrayed by people. Yeah. That sucks.
And so and at the beginning I was like, should I just be different? And then I was like, I don't want to be different, you know,
to like fit in and like not have that happen. I
don't want to give it all to now. From now on, I'm not gonna be.
You're still like hold back.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold back. But then I was not feeling. I was like, this is myself.
Yeah, that's just not genuine.
And so stuff like that, it happens.
Sure.
And at the beginning, you know, in Italy, I have a lot of friends all over Europe.
Oh, I know. I vouch for that. I can tell you have a lot of friends. I see on social media you get like so much engagement, interaction, and like you're always talking to someone.
Everywhere I've been, you know, in Italy, in Milan, in the Netherlands, in Germany, everywhere, I always connect to a lot of people and found a lot of great friends that I love very much, and I'm still in contact with. And so coming here, first thing I wanted to have, it's finding friends. But
course.
Here the friendship is not has the, you know, like the friendship that we have in Italy or Europe. I feel it's a little bit different. Here people are more self-oriented, more right?
Yeah, like it's much more of like an individual focused culture here. Whereas like in Europe it's like
no,
everyone takes care of each other. Yeah,
everybody
like,
takes care of each other. Like I felt really closer, if I have to be honest, to the Mexican culture here than to the American, because the Mexican also they're, you know, they spread love and they're all family and they take care of their friends and family and, you know, it's and meals and music
I was thinking
and
food,
fiesta, you know. And in Italy it's the same thing, you know. It's a huge celebration whenever you have a lot of people at your table eating a meal, and we have dinners, and, you know, for like we sit for 4 or 5 hours and we talk and we laugh and we fight and we yell and we just keep laughing, and, you know, it's just I miss that. Yeah, definitely I miss that. I have some Italian friends here, but I realized, you know, I was really hurt that when I figured out this after seeing Wonderland, and I see the behind the scene, and I miss my family and this relationship with my friends. But then I realized, you know, I cannot have that, but I can have so much more in America. You know, so you cannot always complain. Oh, in Italy you complain because you don't have opportunities, and here you complain because you don't have the family union, you know. So you cannot always complain. You need to find, you know, the good and bad, and if the good is more than the bad, go for it, you know. Just you know, but just complaining is just not good for you. It's just makes
it
life
help.
Hard.
It definitely doesn't help. Sometimes I feel better when I complain for a little bit, but then after a while sometimes you gotta get it out. But like if it's constantly like a part of your mindset, like every day, then
it's
like,
an habit.
That's bad.
My husband always tell me whenever he complains, and I'm like, don't complain, because
don't talk to me about it.
He's like, can I please complain with my wife? And I'm like, oh, okay, all right,
that's so funny,
let's do that. Okay,
that's so funny.
I need to listen.
Well, you know, I mean, it's all about balance, and I think as long as you can find like the silver lining, like being grateful for like you said, like it's kind of like you win some and you lose some. Like you just have to pick the good stuff, keep the good stuff, and let go of the stuff that isn't fun,
I always say in everything in life, you always have to put it on a scale. You know?
Interesting.
You know, if you talk about a new job, or if you talk about, you know, whatever, you know, work or studying or, you know, a decision, put it on the scale. You know? And then
like
see
weigh pros and cons.
Put the pros and cons, and then see, you know, just
that's interesting. I'm sure we could keep talking, but I think we've covered a lot of good stuff. So is there anything else you want to add before we close out today? I think we've talked about so many good things.
I think we're gonna have other chances to talk.
Yeah.
So
We'll go.
I think we're good.
Even more. Yeah. And unfortunately, this didn't record as well as I wanted. But anyway, I'll go ahead and close out for the camera here. Thank you so much for listening. Please check out my social media platforms and Sarah's as well. I'll put all of her information down below. But yeah, you can subscribe to me on Patreon at patreon.com/Briley Casanova for exclusive updates and the chance to give me feedback for future episodes we have. You can find me on Instagram at Mental Coach Briley. You can find me on Twitter at Mental Coach Bry. I also have a Facebook group at fb.me/Mental Coach Briley. You can send me an email. All that stuff is going to be in the description of this video, all across the platforms. And I'll give this chance to Sarah to shout out, like, where can people find you? Where can they follow you? Let the people know.
All right, so you can find me on Facebook, Sara Sasso Toolin. I have an athlete page and I have my private profile. You can find me on Instagram at Sara Sasso Toolin dressage.
Yes,
I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Sara Sasso Toolin dressage. I don't even remember mine.
Yeah, sorry, I should have asked you to write it down. I messed up.
Yeah, and I'm also on Twitter, but I don't use it as much, so don't worry about that.
Okay. Well, and like I said, I'll put everything in the description so you'll be able to find it. We'll make sure all the names are correct and stuff.
And you can check out my website, www.sarasassotooling.com.
Yeah, so we're all over the place. Of course, you guys know where this podcast is distributed, all over the place. We're on YouTube. So thank you guys again for listening, and she'll be back. We'll be back again next week.
Yes.
And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Ciao.